Hello, welcome to Invictus Porsche. We have with us here a Porsche 981 Cayman, and this is special for three reasons. One of them being Guards Red. Second being it's got a power kit which gives it a plus 10 bhp. And from my bit of research, this is probably the only 981 Cayman on a 16 plate with a power kit in the United Kingdom. And no car is complete without good alloys. It has the 20-inch Carrera S Design Edition 3 alloys, and it really completes the whole package of what a phenomenal car is, and the rest of the video will tell you why you should consider buying it. There are two things I would like to tackle about the exterior of a Cayman, and one is the name, which is the Cayman and what it stands for, and the second is the heritage of a Cayman. But I'll give you a moment to just appreciate the sheer beauty of this car. The name Cayman isn't after the island called Cayman. It's actually named after a family of alligators called Cayman, which is spelled as C-A-I-M-A-N. And in 2005, Porsche Stuttgart adopted 2 Cayman alligators into the zoo. The second point is the design, the aesthetics. The Cayman were first introduced in 2005 and they were called the 987. Then they introduced the 987 Generation 2, which were a little bit more reliable. And then in 2012, they introduced the 981 version of it. And this is the 981 iteration of it. It is so gorgeous, it's beautiful. The lines and the design in terms of how sleek it is and how good it looks by having the vents here, the design of the door handle, the side door mirrors. And the fact of the matter is that the heritage of a Cayman dates much further back than a Porsche 911, because a Porsche 911 dates back to 60s, but a Cayman dates back to as far as the mid-50s. And the literature in 2005 that Porsche put out to the mass public on the 987 Cayman was that it said that they were based off a 550A Spider, and a 550A Spider and the 987 Cayman and the 981 Cayman shared a lot of common things, such as the monocoque chassis, which meant greater torsional strength and flexural rigidity, meaning that the handling is absolutely phenomenal. These are the best driver-focused cars one can get from a driving experience point of view in terms of how it handles and how it grips. But let's get in there and talk more about this. What kind of a dog would I be? German Shepherd? Well, let's just talk about the interior. Forget about talking about dogs. Although I do like dogs, I think they're quite intelligent. So, the interior has 2 of my favorite spec items. One of them being the sport steering wheel, and the fact it's got obviously paddle shifts. Literally, when you're driving it, it completely changes your experience of driving a car because it physically melts in your hand. It feels so good to hold on to, and I'll illustrate when we're driving it. And the second being is the combination of leather and Alcantara seats, because that is perfect both for the summer and the winter, because leather can get extremely cold in the winter and super hot in the summer, whereas Alcantara doesn't have that problem. Of course, it's a PDK, which means it's a dual clutch gearbox, and means the performance is absolutely exceptional over a manual. And I like another item of spec, which is the sports button, which works extremely well with the twin sports exhaust at the back. And once you press that button, it just goes into a completely different mode and changes the behavior of how this car is on the road, really, and the characteristics. But one thing I don't want to forget talking about is not the front or the rear boot, is actually the amount of space that you have on the inside cabin space. A lot of taller customers say, will I fit in it? Yes, you will. I've got a colleague of mine that is 6'2", and he's actually quite a big fat lad in some sense. Sorry, we'll cut that out. And he fits in it quite comfortably. So you wouldn't have a problem if you're a big person that is 6'2", 6'4", because the seat goes far enough, and you can adjust this and you can adjust this from 2 to 3 different settings and get it perfectly right for your driving position. But also, let's talk about the storage space. Who would have thought that in a 2-door coupe-like car you will get that much storage? And let's jump into the front. Well, I physically said jump in, and I am going to jump in just to illustrate. I mean, this is a big storage unit here. I mean, I'm 82 kilograms, about 5'8". And you can kidnap me in this. Right. About the one and not the other. I've mentioned driver focused and handling and grip, but let's talk about the performance figures. This produces 271 brake horsepower. With the power kit you get an additional 10 bhp. It also, in terms of torque, produces 290 newton meters of torque. The top speed is 165 miles per hour. The 0 to 62 miles per hour is possible in 5.7 seconds. The total curb weight is 1,405 kilograms. The combined MPG is 34, and on the motorway one is able to get close to 45 MPG, and that is very economical. In terms of owner's history, it has 2 owners since new. The first owner had it from 2016 when it was first registered until June 2019, and the second owner had it from June 2019 up until the present day when it came into our possession. In terms of the interior and the exterior, this is absolutely immaculate. The paintwork is without any blemishes or any imperfections anywhere. You might have the small little age-related blemish or imperfection if you got your microscope out, but other than that, it's a really nice, tidy car. It really has it all, and to complete the picture, it's got a full official Porsche Central service history. The first minor service was done in December 2017, and then the next service, which was a major service, done in December 2019, and currently it's actually due a service, and that is a minor service. And in terms of maintenance costs, it doesn't cost much to maintain a Porsche Cayman from a servicing point of view, whether that's done at an official Porsche Central or at a Porsche Specialist. For both prices, feel free to give us a call and inquire. Does it drive? We'll let it speak. I hope you heard it. It is amazing. That sound is so exquisite, so refined. That flat 6 is beautiful. The note from the engine is top notch. Please do not forget to click that subscribe button and, follow us. And I hope we've done something good, because if we haven't, let us know what we could do better. Thank you.